Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Joe Gravelle. I'm a maker. I make stuff here at Maker Effects. And I've been experimenting with etching aluminum with acid. Well, acid and hydrogen peroxide, so kind of doing that right now. It's doing stuff. I haven't really nailed down the time it needs to soak, so it's kind of getting good there.
What kind of acid are you using?
It's 37% hydrochloric. Stuff you can buy at like a pool supply store. It's $5 per gallon. If you add some copper to this, you'll get ferric chloride, which is really good for etching PCBs and stuff like that. Which is cool because like we've got the laser, so you could like put on a layer of lacquer paint on the copper PCB and just dump it in there. So we have many tools to make the job happen. Because that's what I did. Like I essentially just painted that. Remember, safety. So that's just got a layer of lacquer on it. And then whatever was lasered away is going to etch, like you can see here. It's got some any doodle. So that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, so is this the thing you do more often than not in a space like this? What's your focus? What's your passion?
So like this was kind of I have a lot of long-term projects, and this was kind of I want something quick and easy that I can figure out, so this was one of them. What I usually do around here is I make stuff for the shop. Me and a couple members built this workbench. I built the benches for that, the base for the CNC router. I'm in charge of the shop facilities. Please don't judge me on the mess at the moment. But you know, I try and make things for everyone else so then they can make stuff. Like I really like doing shop projects. Other than shop projects, I'm big into Star Wars costuming and props. I'm a 501st member. I've got a sand trooper. I had a shore trooper. Building an R2-D2 full scale. What else am I building? I'm restoring a 64 Beetle at home, so there's also that. I'm into cars, classic Volkswagens. But mainly Star Wars costuming props, as well as you may have saw some of the signs around the space when we did the quick little tour. I'm really big into mid-century modern, Googie, craftsman style. I also do some hand woodworking. I don't want to get it out, but that's a Japanese style toolbox that I made, all by hand. It's got all my hand tools in it. I've got a couple tools over 100 years old. So I like lots of stuff.
Have you been doing that all your life, or?
Kind of, sort of, like the Star Wars costuming. The Star Wars costuming I kind of got into about 5 years ago because I could have the space and time to do it, and after college, of course. I've been kind of doing some sort of tinkering or making since I was a kid. Like, as long as I can remember, I was always taking apart toys, you know, taking them apart and doing something with them. So.
Did you learn any skills from family members or apprentice with anybody, or are you just a naturally gifted maker?
I would say I learned some stuff from family, friends. Not much from my family, but I'd go more along the lines of maybe naturally gifted in this area. Like I have the knack.
So what does somebody need to become a maker?
What does somebody need to become a maker? The desire to make stuff. Like, I don't know. It's hard to answer because if I see something, I'm like, oh, I can make that, you know? My wife's like, oh, I want something to go, like a shelf to go over the toilet. We go to Target and buy one. I'm like, no, I can make that for 3 times the cost. Why not? It's just, I like doing that. It's just questions and just to not want to learn more. I don't know. It's a hard question. It's more of a feeling, really, not like, just have that desire, that urge to just make something your own. That's my answer.
All right, so if somebody were interested in making something their own, if they had that feeling, where should they start? What skills or techniques or tools or?
The best tool that you can have in my book is research. Because like this, acid etching, I didn't know how to do it, so I looked it up. Which acid, which percentage, how much of this, how much of that. So research is a big thing in my book. I always research the crap out of something before I go and do it. Like I want to know inside and out how something's going to work. I don't like going into something blind. So research, because then that's how you learn. Like I got to learn how to weld sheet metal, so I've been watching YouTube videos on how to weld sheet metal. I feel like I could probably do it decently the first try now. So.
Have you ever had a epic failure that really set you back?
Yesterday I broke part of my R2-D2 that I'm building, and it set me back about maybe 60, 70 hours worth of 3D printing. So yeah.
How do you cope with that?
Violently? No, I'm kidding. It's just walk away from it. I'm like, I'll go do something else. Like I went and made a sandwich.
But you're gonna go back to it.
Yeah, or like my wife's at home right now printing more parts for me, so I just keep moving forward always, as Luke Cage says. So yeah.
And so, if somebody young were interested in doing this kind of thing and was intimidated by potentially coming into a space like this, what would you say to them?
Please come in. Don't be intimidated. Like we had a whole bunch of people visit us on Fridays during our open make, and they're like, "Oh, this is my first time ever coming to a place like this. Like it's so overwhelming, and I just don't feel like I'm good enough for something like this." But who cares? Like if you want to make something and you want to learn more, come be part of the community. Just ask questions. Like just show us what you can do. You know, you may think you're not the best at it, but it's going to impress someone.